Philadelphia, a city built on grit, passion, and the will to fight. From the streets to the sports arenas, nothing comes easy, and respect is earned the hard way. Tonight, that same raw energy fuels the grandest stage of them all, Wrestlemania. In front of the most relentless, die-hard fans in the world, battles will be fought, legacies will be forged, and stories will be written in blood, sweat, and glory. This is more than a night. It's more than a spectacle. This is Wrestlemania, and it's etched in the soul of Philadelphia.
The following is scheduled for one fall and is for the World Heavyweight Championship.
You are with us live at Wrestlemania. The showcase of the Immortals begins now with the heavyweight champion, Gunther, making his way to the ring to kick off the show. Gunther will be facing off against the Royal Rumble winner, Jey Uso, as our opening match for WrestleMania. And there's no doubt that there has been bad blood between these two since day one. Gunther has shown up to attack Jey before matches, after matches, messed with matches as they were going on. For whatever reason, Jey winning the Royal Rumble got into Gunther's crawl. Gunther has been angry, hostile, aggressive. But now is the time where all that is set aside, because now he has to defend his belt against Jey Uso. You can see Gunther's waiting for Jey's appearance. Here he is, folks. Main event, Jey Uso making his way out to the ring. His big chance right now, as Jey put it himself in a promo a week ago. It is now or never for Jey Uso. And now or never means it is now. Jey will be fighting for that World Heavyweight title after winning Royal Rumble. A bit of a surprise victory, but one the fans have gotten behind. And as I mentioned, for whatever reason, it has really gotten on Gunther's nerves. So I expect to see a pretty great match tonight. And the crowd is going wild. But all the attacks, all the yeets, all of it is aside now, because now it is going to be a one-on-one match to kick off WrestleMania between Jey Uso and Gunther for the heavyweight title.
Introducing the challenger from San Francisco, California, weighing in at 242 pounds, main event, Jey Uso! And his opponent from Vienna, Austria, Weighing in at 250 pounds, the World Heavyweight Champion, Gunther!
Who's gonna win? Will it be the upstart Jey Uso, calling himself main event, as he finally goes after the World Heavyweight title? Or will it be Gunther, the man who held down a legacy time for the Intercontinental Championship before winning King of the Ring and earning his spot to go after the World Heavyweight Championship, which he's now held for a long time as well? No matter who wins this, it should be ugly. It should be vicious. There's a lot of animosity between these two. Okay, he went for that super kick, but Gunther was... Oh, Gunther had it written all over his playbook, but he did not see the follow-up kick. Big spine buster by Jey there. I said all the East were over, but I guess there were a few more still in the crowd. Nice big slap to the face there by Jey. Gunther with the clothesline. The ring general is not one to mess around. There's not a lot of showmanship. It's just vicious, hard hits, strong attacks, submission maneuvers, classic wrestling. Jey manages to dodge that chest swipe, get a clothesline, and get some offense going here. Now Gunther locks in that sleeper. Jey's been victim to this several times in post-match attacks, but has learned to fight out of it now. Nice maneuver by Jey there. Gunther able to kick out at 2, though. Looks like Jey's already been doing some pretty decent damage. And he waits for Gunther on that top rope now. Crossbody. He's starting to work Gunther over. Another big clothesline. He's setting up for a super kick, it looks like. Oh man, did it land too. That was vicious. Somehow Gunther able to dig deep and kick out at 1. And a heavy clothesline there by Gunther. And now Gunther's going to climb to the top rope. We don't see this a whole lot. That huge elbow drop. Jey's able to kick out though. Looks like Gunther might be setting him up. Calling for the powerbomb here. Jey's able to dodge it. Some hard kicks into that thigh there. Came up short on a super kick, and he's going to pay for it now, though, as he gets a side power bomb or power slam. And Gunther was ready for that power bomb again, though, and instead Jey was able to fight out of it and get another spine buster. I don't know if Jey did his scouting or if he's just running off energy right now, but he has been ready for just about everything Gunther's been throwing tonight. There's that suicide dive knocking Gunther right into the barricade. Now he marches Gunther over, drops him face first onto that hard end of the ring there. Jey, you got to get back in the ring. You can't win with the DQ here. We'll take a couple seconds to celebrate with the crowd, though. It looks like main event Jey Uso is feeling it right now. He's come out confident, energetic, fairly aggressive. Huge jumping sidekick. Is he going to go for it? Oh, he goes for the headbutt. May have been just a little too far for the splash, but he did land the headbutt. Now he's right back at it. Gunther's able to fight out though. Another heavy clothesline from Gunther. And he goes straight for the roll-up. He's able to kick out. We get a tilt-a-whirl DDT there. Gunther climbing on the ropes now, trying to get himself steadied. But Jey's going to use the opportunity to knock Gunther outside the ring again. He's up on this top rope. Oh, he went for that headbutt again, and Gunther was able to roll out in time. And that could have been the slip-up that Gunther was needing this whole time. Now Gunther showing off some of that power. He breaks up the ring count there. Heads right back outside. Misses on the knee drop though. And now it's a run to get back inside the ring here for Jey. Calling to his fans, trying to get some of that energy back. He does land a jumping sidekick there. Jey is taking it to the champ. Oh, but it looks like Gunther's had enough of that. Gunther has been bloodied up and turned into an absolute mess so far. This is not the match I think Gunther was expecting. But it may justify some of the fears that he seemed to have about Jey. Now Jey's all caught up in the ropes. Gunther manages a large book in there. Once more, it looked like he was going for that power bomb, but Jey was able to fight out of it. So he'll do a roll-up instead. Jey was able to kick out just barely in time. There's that running leg drop from Gunther. And it's starting to feel like Gunther's getting his momentum, and Jey might be losing his grasp on the match. There's a sleeper outside the ring. Jey's tapping for it, but they're outside the ring. And I think Gunther realized it too late. He can't win it out there. Not on a submission. But then again, this is the ring general. He may have just wanted to torment Jey a little bit. May have been a mistake because it looks like Jey's starting to get some of his fuel back. He's starting to feel it again. Uso splash. He needs to probably go for the pin here. Oh, wow. Gunther was just able to kick out. And Jey took his eye off the ball. And now Gunther's going to get a chance to get back in this. Gunther basically already had a win, but he was outside the ring on a submission move, tormenting Jey. Jey's response was to give him the Uso splash. Gunther barely kicking out of it. These two are putting on a fight now. Blood is just from Gunther, I should point out. Oh, here's the powerbomb finally. And he gets to roll into it for the pin. And that'll do it. The fourth time trying to get that powerbomb was what he needed.
Here is your winner, and still the World Heavyweight Champion, Gunther!
There were several times where it looked like Jey had a chance, but the bloodied ring general comes out victorious. A few weeks ago, we had Roxanne Perez and Bayley in a vicious fight on Raw. They went back and forth. Roxanne getting the pop rocks, Bayley getting the Bayley to belly, and then the rose plant. And that would be enough to get her a sealed win. And afterwards, Bayley offering a handshake, which surprisingly Roxanne took after their bad blood in the Elimination Chamber. A week later, after Liv beat Bayley in a match, brought in a chair. And it was, of all people, Roxanne Perez that saved Bayley. Absolutely a surprise. But that is what has led us to tonight's match, where it will be Liv and Raquel facing off against the team of Bayley and Roxanne for the women's tag team titles. Now, there was a few more moments of heated fighting between these two and showmanship, but for the most part, it was those early steps of Bayley and Roxanne somehow making amends after that brutal fighting in the Elimination Chamber. So this unlikely duo will be facing off against Liv and Raquel for the women's tag titles here at Wrestlemania now. And I feel like the women's champs have to feel like they've got this going into it, or at least have an advantage.
The following contest is a tag team match set for one fall, and is for the WWE Women's Tag Team Championship. Introducing the challengers, the team of Roxanne Perez and Bayley. And their opponents, the WWE Women's Tag Team Champions, Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez, the Judgment Day.
And again, I feel like Liv and Raquel definitely feel like they have the advantage here. Not so much because Roxy is still basically a rookie on the main roster, but the fact that Liv and Raquel are best friends, have been working together for a while. Roxanne and Bayley just started working together as a tag team. And this is in fact their first actual tag match together. Not that they're not talented, but that chemistry just doesn't exist that you would normally want to see going into this huge of a match. And there's the Prodigy DDT. Liv able to kick out early. Gonna roll her way out of the ring here. Roxanne goes for that suicide dive, but Liv was able to dodge it. Perhaps suckered in the young Prodigy. Liv rolls in to break up the count and then back out again. Looked like she was going for more punishment on Roxy, but Roxanne was able to block it. Now Roxanne will step back into the ring. And we'll have her first tag between Roxy and Bayley here. Of course, Bayley and Liv did already have a match recently. It was a close fight between the two of them, but it was Liv that ended up winning in the end. But then she's the one that also went for the chair and started this whole micro feud. All right, we'll see some teamwork here between the new arrivals. Not bad. Roxy's going to take the chance to go for the pin here. Liv was able to kick out. Liv, of course, a former women's champion. Bayley as well. Raquel Rodriguez is the current women's intercontinental champion. Hard chops from Roxanne here. And then we get a face buster from Liv out of no place. Roxy able to kick out. But now she's been hit by Oblivion. Bayley desperate to run in there and save her tag partner. Role model. Working with the Prodigy here. It is just such an odd scenario. It's an enticing one. Roxanne having been a huge fan of Bayley's for years, then finding herself an opponent of hers, and now a tag team partner. The role model and the Prodigy, Bayley having led Damage Control for a while. Not unused to working with others, teaming up. Roxanne, much more having an NXT a history of working by herself. But we'll see where this goes as Raquel is now in the ring and we've got a chokehold here by Bayley, which Raquel was able to kick out of pretty easily. Hard hits from Bayley going after Raquel. Raquel making a quick tag out to Liv on that hot tag. I would say so far this match has not gone the way the champs would have expected it to. But now another Oblivion. Liv is just taking control of this match. It's up to the Prodigy to save Bayley. But they've each had to come in and rescue the other from one of Liv's Oblivions. Liv showing why she's such a dominating force on the women's roster of late. Tags in her partner. The IC champ, Raquel, back in again, hoping to do a little better than she did her first time in the ring. She's been swung into the corner here. It looks like she's going to be the victim of some tag work. Toe drop and an elbow drop. I have to admit, even though Bayley and Roxanne have not teamed up before like this, and there's a lot of pressure on them at you're going up for the going up for the women's tag belts at WrestleMania in your very first match. Oh, and that might have been a rookie mistake there. Going up on top rope to try to get Raquel while she's outside the ring, and forgetting that Liv Morgan was right there to interrupt her. Definitely made that moonsault short. But as I was saying, there's a lot of pressure on, especially probably on Roxanne here. But she's been holding her own so far. But you have to wonder how long that's going to last with a powerful force like... Look at that spike DDT. That was very impressive. Liv's able to break up that pinfall, though. Now Roxanne finds herself in the corner, but she's still able to fight out of it. And she's going to get the crossface on. She's got the crossface on Raquel. Raquel's fighting hard to get out of this. She does manage to break out. And I think she's upset now. Hard clothesline and then a tag to Liv. Liv's going to keep Roxy from being able to crawl over to her corner. I do have to say, though, here on the Showcase of the Immortals for your first appearance, only months after your debut on the roster, I really feel like Roxanne is showing us something tonight. Bayley to belly. Broken up quickly by Raquel there. It looks like Bayley's starting to feel it. We might be looking at a chance for the Rose Plant. Here it is. Rose Plant on Liv. Can she dig deep and get out of this? She can. Liv once again showing why she's such an impressive force. Former women's champion for several months. I think she's a little out of it now, though. And right in the middle of the ring, she's in the crossface. This might be it. She does, after the abuse from Bayley, Roxanne was able to capitalize.
The team up, Bayley and Roxanne Perez.
This is completely unheard of. First time teaming together at WrestleMania and at WrestleMania, and they managed to win the belts. Just insane. The role model and the prodigy, new tag team champions. Well, a couple of weeks ago on SmackDown, after a match for Damian Priest, it was Drew McIntyre showing up with the kendo stick in hand, taking a beating for Damian Priest. But he wasn't done there. The fighting escalated up to the stage. You saw the Claymore from Drew. And then shortly after, this huge powerbomb right off the stage. And it was then finally that Drew left Damian behind. But these two have been feuding for a while now, and it has been ugly. And it's going to get closed down here tonight at WrestleMania.
at 254 pounds, the Scottish Warrior, Drew McIntyre.
Drew feels like Damian has been messing with him for a year now, interfering with his chance to win at Royal Rumble and Elimination Chamber. And then who can forget last year at WrestleMania when it was Drew that beat Seth Rollins, and only minutes later it was Damian cashing in Money in the Bank to steal the belt from him. So Drew's philosophy is pretty much, you're going to keep messing around, you're going to find out. Well, it's WrestleMania and it's time to find out.
And his opponent from New York City, weighing in at 249 pounds, Damian Priest.
Damian not one to back down though. Former member and leader of the Judgment Day, finding himself on SmackDown now. Still in contention for previous men's heavyweight champion, and still in that top tier main event scene. And that's how he's been able to, as Drew would say, screw with Drew's chances. Well, Damian was just doing what Damian needed to do for him to win his matches. That's how the Rumble and the Elimination Chamber and work. Money in the Bank works the same. I mean, everyone knows Money in the Bank. You cash in to get your chance at the belt. A lot of this comes down to just very angry Drew seeing things his way. Damian feeling justified in everything he's done. We'll see how this turns out. This is an Extreme Rules match. They can take it outside the ring. They can get weapons. We know Drew definitely wants to put some punishment on Damian. Oh, and Damian goaded Drew outside there. And it looks like Drew suffered the pain for missing on that dive. Damian's not wasting any time clearing off one of the tables. Drew's turning this much more into a street fight now. Scottish Warrior throwing his opponent back into the ring and then grabbing a table. Both men with violence on their mind for sure. After that brutal beatdown a couple weeks ago on SmackDown, there's no doubt why Damian is so intent on putting some punishment on Drew. But intent and delivery are two different things. We'll have to see how this turns out. Oh, vicious head plant there. The table has been cleared. The table has been thrown into the ring, but they're so busy beating on each other. We'll have to see if they even decide to use weapons. They may just be satisfied with pure brute violence. And there's those high kicks from Damian. Sliding outside the ring here. Looks like Drew and Damian are both going for weapons now. Drew's got a chair. Before Damian can use his sledgehammer, that chair shot right on the head of Damian. Sidewalk slam there from Damian. Right on the hard floor. They're just thin little mats out there. Drew slides back into the ring, but there's really not a... Oh, wow! Drew over those top ropes, this time connecting. That prime bowel display has just been completely destroyed. A large lariat from Drew. And then a power bomb, a sit-down power bomb. Again, out on the floor. Everything hurts so much more. There's just no give on the floor. There's barely a little mat. And then a power bomb from Drew, or to Drew from Damian. These two are fighting hard out here. Damian goes back for that sledgehammer and lands it right in the stomach twice on Drew now, 3 times. And then chucks it at him. Business is picking up for sure here. Things are starting to get ugly. Drew's face first right into the ring post. It looks like Damian's starting to take some control here. He's going back under the ring for another weapon. And he finds a kendo stick. A little payback for that attack on SmackDown. And the ring is just littered now with weapons. And now it's Damian face first into the ring post, and Drew's going to clean off the other announce table. Damian's got that kendo stick again. Priest is just wailing on Drew here with weapons. Claymore out of nowhere. Wow, a Claymore out of nowhere. And then a future shock DDT. And now it's Drew smashing the kendo stick over Priest. McIntyre has been putting a beating down on Priest out of no place now. And oh, he went for that huge leg drop. But it was Priest able to fight his way, roll out of it. Does Priest have anything left in the tank after the Claymore and the future shock? He manages to drop Drew off the ring post, or off the announce table there. All right, he's got Drew in a good spot now. Face first on that hard exposed announce table. It looks like he's going to do it again. 2 times face first into it. Three times into the table. I don't know if Drew even knows where he is now. Oh, but now Drew's got Damian up on the table. Can Damian get himself out of this? He gets hit by a flying chair. I don't know what Drew's doing here. Oh, wait. He's got Priest up. White Noise smashes the table. That announce table just completely destroyed by way of Damian Priest's body, by way of Drew McIntyre putting it through the table. And now Drew's got the sledgehammer, sliding back into the ring. And a huge, you can just hear that one crunch into Drew, or into Damian. Somehow, after all that, though, Damian is able to kick out. Somewhere deep down inside, Priest is still digging, bloody and battered, and Claymored again, and that may be it. And it is. Drew McIntyre wins.
Here is your winner, the Scottish Warrior, Drew McIntyre.
Well, that match was vicious and insane and lived up to exactly what these two promised to do to each other. Speaking about promises, a few weeks ago on Raw, we had CM Punk and Seth Rollins starting off talking smack against each other, and it got ugly, and then Roman Reigns interjected himself into it, making this a three-way brawl in the middle of the ring. But it was Seth that lined up the pedigree on Roman, and then it was starting to look like CM Punk had this, but then out of no place, Seth lands the stomp right onto the flat of the table there. These three hate each other. There's just no other way to put it. Seth Rollins having a long history, of course, with Roman Reigns, but also feuding hard with CM Punk of late. Refusing to give CM Punk anything he wants, including a WrestleMania main event match.
The following contest is a triple threat match. Making his way to the ring from Davenport, Iowa, weighing in at 217 pounds, Seth Rollins.
Seth did get the best out of that brawl, though, with the pedigree and a stomp. Looked very much like a winner and had been an official match. Of course, it was not. And then later, a couple of weeks later, on his own promo, promised that he was going to make an impact here at WrestleMania. So we'll see what happens. But Seth's feeling pretty confident going into this match tonight. But you have to say, it's a little cocky to feel like you're going to be the unspoken winner just after a brawl when you're facing off against these two men. The first of which coming out now. Hell froze over because once again, CM Punk is at WrestleMania. And the crowd is going nuts for him. CM Punk and Seth Rollins having been fighting for a while now. Seth having done everything he can to keep Punk from getting into a main event at WrestleMania this year, as that is the dream for CM Punk, is to, at one point, the whole reason he came back to the WWE was his desire to headline, to main event a WrestleMania match. Having eluded him for so long. Well, Seth managed to keep him out of it again, messing with him at the Rumble, then costing him his win at Elimination Chamber, or at least a chance to win at Elimination Chamber, with an illegal stomp moments after being eliminated. But of course, even before CM Punk, Seth has had a feud with this man, the original Tribal Chief, Roman Reigns, who's now making his way out, having interjected himself in the middle of this feud. The history between these three men, as I mentioned, is big and long. Of course, OTC and Seth Rollins, once members of S.H.I.E.L.D., once brothers in arms for a couple of years. It was Seth Rollins that landed that hard chair shot on the back of Roman Reigns to break up S.H.I.E.L.D. And since then, Roman Reigns has become an empire unto himself, leading the bloodline, holding the championship for 3 years. And in that time, never forgetting his anger towards Seth Rollins. And when Seth Rollins interfered last year at Wrestlemania, it was that anger towards Seth Rollins that the OTC believes cost Roman Reigns his belt. He could not focus on Cody and instead turned his hatred towards Seth Rollins. But this year at WrestleMania, it's time to put all that history into the dirt. Roman Reigns wants Seth Rollins, but don't mistake it, he hates CM Punk as well. Punk having helped him at Survivor Series, but cashing in on a favor from Paul Heyman to do so. These two have not gotten along even during War Games they were fighting. The history may run deeper between Seth and Roman, but there's hatred between all three of these men. Of course, Seth goes straight for CM Punk the moment the bell sounds. I feel like Roman might capitalize on that just to get Punk out of the way so he can get his shot at Seth. That's what he really wants. But Seth not at all interested until he makes sure that CM Punk is down and out. But here we go now, Seth versus Roman. Electric chair drop from Seth. Falcon Arrow from CM Punk. And this is the danger of a triple threat match. You really can't focus on one person. The longer you try to focus on just one person, the harder it is to win the match, because you always have that third person in there to interject at any given moment. Body's just going everywhere right now. CM Punk managing to get some offense going. But here, as I mentioned earlier, as soon as CM Punk gets some offense going, Roman Reigns is right there to punish CM Punk for it. Gonna go for the early pin, but CM Punk able to dig out quick. Wow. CM Punk showing off a little bit of strength there. Followed up by Seth Rollins showing some agility. Wow, look at that move from Seth. Only gets kicked, broken out from CM Punk almost instantly. Russian leg sweep from Seth. CM Punk interrupting whatever Seth had planned there. Turns his attention to Roman, who's still in the ring. These three are essentially three of the top names in the wrestling today and for the last few years. It's going to take a lot to take any of them out. And you have to, here comes the pedigree from Seth. We've seen the damage that can do. Roman able to break it up though. That's what I was sort of starting to get to, is that you have a situation where not only do you have to wear somebody down enough. Spear from Roman Reigns. Seth's already down, that might be it. Oh man, CM Punk able to dig out just barely. Roman had a real legit shot to win that. That spear was out of nowhere. It's easy to forget just how intense the OTC can be sometimes. Couple of close windfalls for Seth. CM's back up into this fight though now. Fights out of Roman's attack and then gets dropped by Seth anyway. And that's going all the way back to my point that I was trying to make, is that in a triple threat match, you have to not only wear down somebody bad enough that you can get a pin, but you have to have the other opponent out of it enough that they, Anaconda Vice, is Seth gonna tap out? No, he's going to kick out instead. But you have to have the other opponent worn down enough that, no way. A go-to sweep from Seth onto CM Punk, stealing his move. Roman there to break it up though. CM Punk having his move stolen by Seth. And then a spear from Roman. That may be it. CM Punk's down. No, Seth was able to dig deep and kick out. Unbelievable. Powerbomb from Roman. CM Punk there to capitalize right away. Looks like it's time for his own GTS. Now Seth getting a go to sleep. Roman's going to have to run back in and break up this one. You have to believe. Spear again on CM Punk. Can Seth break this up in time? It just barely does. I would say right now, Roman has been the king of capitalizing, letting Seth and CM Punk fight it out, and then Roman hitting those spears on whoever survives, basically a tilt-a-whirl power slam there. It looks like he's setting up for the Superman punch, but no. Punk saw it, scouted it ahead, and dodged. Still ended up on the wrong side of the OTC though there. And now it's Roman Reigns and Seth in the middle of the ring. And somehow, out of all of that, Roman Reigns wins.
Here is your winner, the OTC, Roman Reigns.
Once again, the OTC was able to capitalize. I thought he had a chance there with that Superman punch, but it didn't matter. He still got the power slam on Seth and got a pin before CM Punk could get back in the ring. Well, we want to thank Philadelphia for hosting Wrestlemania this year. It's been amazing out here in Philly. But this is only night one. There's still another night to come. But before that, we have more matches tonight.
The following is a gauntlet turmoil match. The rules of the match are as follows. Two superstars will start in the ring. When one superstar is eliminated, a new superstar enters. Eliminations can occur by pinfall, submission, disqualification, or countouts. The match will be won if the first entrant eliminates all other entrants in the match.
Now it's time to see just how much Braun Strowman really is a monster of all monsters.
And from Sherrills Ford, North Carolina, weighing in at 385 pounds, Braun Strowman.
One big SOB for sure. But is he going to be monster enough? He can take on the entire bloodline, all four members, in one gauntlet elimination match. A little hard to believe it's possible, but perhaps if anybody can do it, it is Braun. So it looks like the strategy for the bloodline is going to be starting off with Tonga Loa. I imagine we'll see the tag team members come out first.
And from Orlando, Florida, weighing in at 230 pounds, Tonga Loa.
So just to recap how this works. Braun will have to face off with one member of the bloodline at a time. He needs a pin, a submission, a disqualification to eliminate that member of the bloodline, and then the next member will come out. The only question is, can he last against all four men? No breaks, no time to rest. As soon as one is eliminated, the next one is able to come out and continue to fight. Tonga is starting off hot. He might have taunted a little too much against big Braun Strowman here. We don't know what the order is for the members of the bloodline. Sometimes the strategy is to start off with strong your strongest members early on. See if he can just finish the match early. Low, of course, not perhaps the strongest member of the bloodline, but still not as somebody to just, you know, sneeze at. Huge choke slam, though. Pickup choke slam, in fact. And now the bear hug from Braun. No one needs to fight out of this. And he does. One of the dangerous parts about Braun Strowman that I've mentioned in most of his matches is that you do not want to let him get a head of steam going. You don't want to let him get... You don't want to let him get rolling and get some momentum going, because it becomes that much harder. Loa is out now. And we'll see who they send out next. And it looks like it's going to be his tag team partner, Tama Tonga. And this is all the rest that Braun gets. It's the amount of time it takes Tama Tonga to get down to the ring. It may not seem like much after that short of a first match, but he's got to do this 4 times. And a reminder that even after Tama Tonga here, he's going to have to get through Solo Sikoa. There's that pickup chokeslam again. He's got to get through Solo Sikoa and Jacob Fatu still. Definitely 2 of the strongest members of the bloodline. Tama fighting him off a little bit, gets Braun into the corner. Now some boots to the face here. A running boot to the face. Braun definitely felt that one. I'm up on the second turnbuckle. I'm not sure exactly what happened there, but it looks like he did hit something with the leg there on Braun. Braun looks a little shaky. But now it's Braun dropping Tama Tonga right off the turnbuckle. Oh my, sky high drop there. Now the running power slam. And that'll be it for Tama Tonga. So Braun is halfway there, but he still has the strongest half to go. And it looks like it'll be Solo Sikoa coming in next. Solo, the leader of this bloodline, although he and Jacob have been not on the same page all the time. And the rep and Solo both taken out with that huge clothesline. It looked like Braun was just ready the moment Solo stepped in. Powerbomb from Braun. And then just throws Solo around like he's nothing. Well, leg drop from Solo. Braun gets right back up. Gives him a boot to the face for it. Solo's going to step outside to get some air, but Braun is up on the top rope. Wow, that is something you don't see every day. The giant man, Braun Strowman, Diving off the top ropes to the outside of the ring. Chucking Solo back into the ring now. Solo's starting to get a fight back going. Not looking very good for Solo here. He's dropped face first in the turnbuckle. And now he's getting mudhole stomped by Braun. Braun up on the second turnbuckle now. He misses on that axe hammer there. Solo able to get a headbutt. Solo's putting some fight in here. Looks like Solo was able to counter that roll up. Another counter from Braun. Solo needs to get some damage in on Braun here. Even if he doesn't win, he needs to get some for Jacob. Fall away slam there. Solo's still able to kick out though. Oh man, face first slam. Solo's not looking good down there on the ring. Running power slam again. Solo has been eliminated. So we're down to the final man.
The next fall will win the match.
And it's Jacob Fatu facing off against Braun Strowman. Now Braun Strowman looks shaky in the ring right now. He's gone through 3 men already. The Samoan Werewolf might be in the prime position to take advantage of a tired Braun Strowman, but we'll see if the monster of all monsters has just enough left in him. It'd be quite the feat to take out the entire bloodline in one gauntlet match. Well, he went to run across the clothesline and Jacob was able to dodge it. Headbutt by Fatu there. Now Jacob's up on the top rope. Cross body to the outside of the ring. Jacob is a madman, I tell you. But it's all on him now. If the Bloodline's going to win this match, it's all on Jacob. There's no one coming after him. You got to believe after going this far, Braun wants to win. You do not want to lose on the last man. Samoan drop there on the Samoan Werewolf. Jacob right back up though and delivering punishment. Jacob's able to fight out of that corner, though. Chucks Braun. That was a mighty show of strength. Now the headbutts. The werewolf is just crazy, I tell you. Braun is back up again. Got Jacob in the corner. He picks Jacob up. Doesn't be able to fight out of it. Braun's really having to fight. Really struggling now. You can tell he's been through 3 matches already in 1 gauntlet. He's bloodied. He's winded. He's got a hold here on Jacob. Jacob's got to fight out of this. And he manages to. Another running power bomb or power slam. Jacob's able to kick out though. Braun thought he had to win right there. That's the difference between Braun and Jacob, is that Jacob is technically fresh. Braun's already been through 3 matches in 1. That was an agile move from Braun. And somehow that was enough for Braun to win it. Samoan Werewolf just barely held down for that pin. A bloody, sweaty, winded Braun Strowman, the monster of all monsters, managed to survive a gauntlet against the entire bloodline. Well, a couple of weeks ago on Raw, we had Bianca Belair and Rhea Ripley in a stipulation match. If Rhea could win it, she gets added into a triple threat match, and it looked like Bianca had that win there with the kiss of death, but not long after, a prism trap from Rhea was enough to win. And that got her added into this triple threat match. Then last week on Raw, Io managed to win a victory against Zoe Stark and then had a face-off against Bianca. So those will be the 3 women in tonight's main event for the women's heavyweight title.
The following contest is a triple threat ladder match. And it's for the WWE Women's World Championship.
We'll start off with Rhea Ripley making her way to the ring. Rhea, of course, the woman who basically earned her way into this match the hard way.
Introducing the challenger from Adelaide, Australia, Rhea Ripley.
When Elimination Chamber happened, Rhea had the belt. It was the Raw after Elimination Chamber that she lost it to Io Sky. Determined to get herself into this match tonight. Determined to get another shot at the belt. Determined to be at WrestleMania. She faced off against Bianca Belair in that stipulation match. And even though she took the KOD, she still managed to fight back and win. refusing to back down. She does have to face 2 other women to win the belt tonight. Just getting into the match was not enough.
And introducing the challenger from Knoxville, Tennessee, Bianca Belair.
Here comes the EST of the WWE. Bianca Belair, who won Elimination Chamber. She earned the right to be here. She gave it everything she had in that match against Rhea. You have to believe she would have been happy to have a one-on-one match against Io. But instead, she's facing off in a triple threat now.
Introducing the champion, representing Damage Control from Tokyo, Japan, the WWE Women's World Champion, Io Sky.
Now, of course, Io does not have the belt on her because this is a ladder match, so it is hanging up above the ring right now. But Io, somewhat the forgotten woman in this match in a lot of ways, even though she's the champion. She won her, as I mentioned, she won her belt the Raw after Elimination Chamber against Rhea. And even though Bianca and Io had that stare down, a lot of the tension has been between Bianca and Rhea over whether Rhea should even be in this match tonight. And Io's just kind of been forgotten. Well, in a ladder match, a lot of times everybody forgoes going after each other to get the ladders into the ring right away. And Io slams ladder into both Bianca and Rhea right there. Rhea climbing up on the ladder to try to go for the belt. Picture what I talked about earlier in a triple threat match about all the difficulties of having an extra opponent in the ring and having to deal with wearing down your opponent as well as wearing down the third person. Take all that and then just amplify it with the ladder now. You need your opponents to be down long enough that you can climb a ladder and pull the belt down from the top of the ring. With the little flapjack there. Champ showing she does not want to be disrespected. Io calling for Bianca to stand up. Went for that drop kick off the springboard, but Bianca was able to dodge it. Now Bianca trying to go for that belt. Rhea was up there with her, and Io just drops the ladder from both of them. It'll be Io now going for the belt. Bianca says, I can do the same thing. You gotta imagine every time you fall from that ladder, like that, when it gets knocked out from under you, it's several feet straight to the mat. It starts to add up after a little while. Io slings Bianca into the corner there. She can't forget about Rhea. We have that ladder up in the corner now. Io getting stomped on and choked a little bit by Bianca. Rhea says, I'll just go for the belt. Bianca there to stop her. Now Io on the other side. Bianca's going to get up there and try to break this up too. Now at least Bianca with the opportunity to go for the belt by herself. Oh, and it looked like she had a good chance at it until Rhea dropped the ladder under her. Io setting up for something up on that top turnbuckle. Oh, wow, a Spanish fly by Io off that top turnbuckle onto Rhea. But once again, in the triple threat match, this is what happens. And that awesome maneuver by Io, only to get punished by Bianca. Bianca capitalizing on the moment. Rhea's back up now, though. Now it's Rhea going after Bianca. Io has been rolled outside the ring. She is down. This might be the opportunity for Rhea to get that belt. She's going for it. Bianca's able to drop her off the ladder, though. Io back in the ring as well. Rhea gets that tilt-a-whirl slam on Io. She might be going for the riptide here. She lands it. But Bianca gets the KOD. And now there's just bodies everywhere, and Bianca up on the ladder. This is her opportunity to win this thing. She's got her hand on the actual belt now. The other two women are up. Are they up in time, though? Oh, man, it looked like Bianca had it. She's still pulling on that. Rhea finally interrupts her. And there goes the ladder finally. Io's got a submission locked in on Rhea. Rhea's tapping, but there is no tapping in a ladder match. There is only ladder and climbing. You gotta wonder, Bianca was so close. Bianca was so close just moments ago. Now it's Rhea slowly climbing up the ladder. Team of Bianca and Io taking Rhea down. Oh, man. Rhea just dropped Bianca through all 3 turnbuckles. That was impressive. Io gets that uppercut on Rhea, and she's going up to the top here. Now Bianca and Io are fighting at the top of the ladder. Io dropped off the top. What is Bianca doing? Oh! Bianca went for that elbow drop off the top of the ladder onto Io. Rhea went for an elbow on Bianca. Bianca able to roll out of it though. And you have to wonder if that strategy of jumping off the top rope or top of the ladder there is going to pay off for Bianca. And now Io and Bianca are trading blows at the top of the ladder again. And this time it's Bianca that goes falling. And this time it's Io at the top. Oh my lord! A moonsault off the top of the ladder on Bianca. Rhea trying to capitalize on the two of them, making these high-risk maneuvers. Shoulder tackle type spear from Rhea there. And now it's Rhea and Bianca climbing the ladder together. Oh no, no, no. Rhea drops a suplex on Bianca off the top of the ladder. This match has turned into devastation. Io's the only one left and she's just wasting time. What is she doing? Get a ladder, get up there, get the belt. German suplex off the rebound there. Bianca and Io going at it again. I don't know what Io's doing. I would be getting a ladder set up. She apparently wants that prime bottle and she wants to punish Rhea some more. Oh man, butt first on the top of that prime bottle. And now Io's going after Bianca. Bianca tapping as well, but again, Io, you can't win off of those submission moves. You can win by stealing that ladder off of Rhea. And now you have to climb the ladder, but she still wants to put in more damage, it looks like. Nope, she's going to climb finally. Everyone else is down. This could be Io's chance. Oh, Rhea finds her way back up. Now it's Bianca climbing while Io and Rhea are fighting. Io drops the ladder out from under Bianca. Sets up another one. Fresh ladder, fresh try, bodies everywhere. Bianca Belair's up. Rhea's up. They're both staggering and slow. Can they stop this? Not in time. Io Sky is still your women's world champion.